Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's reading. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. And supportive oracle cards will be Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, if I can get it in shot. Which I think I have my camera set up a little weird, but I think you can see it, so that's good. Alright, we already shuffled Capricorn. Put you up there. Let's move these around just a little bit, just so everything has its place. So, some cards popped out as I was shuffling. That's it? Okay, well then that's it. I'm curious to see what the cards, like the bottom card, that's one thing on its own, but these two cards flopped right out. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be unknown to you. Okay, so fair warning, this going right in, I feel like they're trying to give you a heads up before something happens. It should be a preemptive thing. For others of you, something's kind of happening and they're trying to give you a heads up where to look to figure it out. Just hold with me. Let's see if we get through this. Because when I'm coming into this situation, when I see Capricorn energy coming into the situation, you've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Coins. These are very complementing energies. It's like the structure and the emotion to back up that structure. And I'm getting like you're expecting things to go a certain way. You're emotionally invested. It's very good. The whole reason you're getting involved with the situation is because the person or situation you're dealing with, you have a lot of faith in. And you feel like there's a lot that can be created here. You're expecting you're going to get involved in this situation or with this person. It's going to be around for a good time to come. You're feeling very stable with it. Since it looks so good, why not do it? You also have the masculine here. And when I'm feeling this card popping in, especially with the moon, again, it feels like marrying like structure with emotion. It's like the two of those are very good. Like it's kind of like having the situation, but having the emotion behind it to perpetuate it, to keep it moving. It's kind of like the way I view it is kind of like the male would be the rock. The female is the motion of the rock turning. If you don't have the rock, there's nothing to turn. But if you don't have the rock turning, there's no life on it, so why bother? You know what I mean? So it's like you need both pieces. It seems like this is coming together very strong. Like both, there's no one is better than the other. Both is extremely needed. Motion is power. It's all here. Ace of Swords pops up. This is like, you want this. This looks like a sound structure. What you don't know. The other side feels trapped. And they're looking at you like you're their only hope. That's what you don't know is what I'm getting with this Ace of Swords. Like this whole thing kicked off basically because the other side felt trapped. And the only way to get out of this trap was to work with you and to get moving out of it. I don't think you realized this person felt trapped to begin with. You may have thought that they were going to stick around and you could depend on them, whatever situation, but the situation was already in a bad spot is what I'm getting. The person or situation was already in a bad spot. Couldn't see another way around things. You showed up. You gave an idea. Let's do this. They didn't feel like they had an option. The fact that you were giving them something where they had a chance. I hope you can see these cards. I don't know if they're coming in. There we go. The fact that you gave them that chance, it was the only chance they thought they had. They didn't think they had any chance at all before that. They moved forward with it. So this is what's happening and you don't see. This is what you're not going to see happening. You could be heading towards it or already in it, one of the two. I assume. It's a general read, you know. Read it for what you need it. The Tower card is showing up in the environment with the Eight of Cups. These cards are face down in your reading, in the environment. Which, when I'm feeling that means you don't know this is happening. You don't know the Tower is hitting for this person or situation. You don't know that they're just kind of walking away from things. If this is a business connection, by the way, even if it's a company you literally work for, it's almost like somebody selling the company or starting to shut down the company, but they're not telling the employees. You know what I mean? It's one of those. Or if it's somebody you work with, it's another business. It's kind of like they're getting ready to shut their doors or walk away from this connection, and they're not telling you. It's just kind of like you're going to find out in the fine print. Like when there's no more money to come. Like, for example, your paycheck doesn't come anymore, or like you're calling up to see when their next order is ready to come through, and there's just nobody there. It's closed, done. Because there's a tower hitting in the environment. It's kind of like, again, the Eight of Swords. Like somebody wasn't doing well, be it a person or situation. They weren't doing well to begin with. You afforded an opportunity. They were hoping with that opportunity that things were going to get better. The tower hit's telling me that things are imploding on them, and that they literally have no choice but to walk away. That's the option they're currently taking because they feel like that's what needs to happen now. Things are falling in on them. It's kind of like a burning building. The only option they have is to escape the burning building. That's how they're feeling. And they're out. Gone. You're going to notice at first that something is missing, and you're not going to realize that they're done. That they're gone. Like, not only did they leave the burning building, they left the county, they left the country. Like, did they leave the planet? Because I don't even know where they are. That's how far it goes. You have the hunger on your side, trying to understand what happened and why they didn't communicate with you or explain to you what was happening, why they didn't work with you to try to make this better. You seem to be completely left in the lurch with that card. I just feel like it's something way off in the distance, and you're just seeing the after effects, and you're just like, why did you do that? And they're just so far off that there's no response. It takes you a minute to get your bearings afterwards. You got the Hanged Man on your side. Nothing seems to be happening other than this energy has left. And it's taking you a minute to really, like, it's almost like you don't want to believe that that's what happened. You don't want to believe that it's over, that there's nothing left. It's not right. You're not happy with it. But you got this Hanged Man energy kind of like, you're not sure what to do with it. You're not happy about it, by the way. It's almost like it's holding you back. Some of you have some money concerns. Other of you feel like, it's kind of like the poisoned apple. Like somebody kind of gave you a bad moment and just you got to wake up from this horrible dream. That type of feel. It's like you're waiting for the message to come in that never happens. Like, can this really be? It's a stagnant moment, but the Hangman thing is kind of like it has to pass. It's almost feeling a little bit exposed too. Like, why does this feel this way? This isn't right. This shouldn't be happening this way. I do feel like something else comes to take the place of this person or situation. Whatever it is, something else with better focus is coming in. I feel like there are some answers to this situation coming forward, but it doesn't feel significant enough to really make you feel better about it. I literally feel something else is coming forward. I feel like when I feel focus coming in the environment, something else is taking the place of whatever left fairly quickly. And I feel like the primal needs, like whatever happened with this last situation, you're finding ways to stabilize the next where you don't have to have those same worries. Like, it's almost like somebody pulled the rug out from under you, and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to walk on another rug where somebody could pull it out from under me. And then somebody's saying, well, with our rug, we tape it and staple it to the ground. And then we nail the center of it to the ground, so you don't have to worry about this rug coming up from under you. Like, it's one of those, it's almost like a car salesman, like the used car salesman, like, with our rug, it's kind of that feel. I feel like you have to gain, it's like somebody is helping you regain trust and pick up the pieces and walk on to a different situation. I don't see you really liking it, but I feel like it's one of those things where you just have to trust, literally the trust feeling, I know it says trust, you have to trust that whatever happened with the last situation, that's the last situation. You got to move on. The next situation, the focus coming through is like you have concerns about somebody pulling out the rug from under you again. They're explaining to you like, nope, this rug is taped down, nailed down, stapled down, glued down. If you have problems, it's not going to be because somebody pulled the rug out from under you. Keep an eye on the roof. But the rug is good. But, you know, it's kind of like, well, yeah, I know life is not guaranteed. I understand that. And I feel like you're probably like, yeah, I know life is not guaranteed. Learned that the hard way. I feel like they're just letting you know the situation, whoever you were dealing with, they were stuck in a spot. They felt trapped. Something came in on them. They had no choice but to escape it and get out of it. It wasn't something purposely done against you is what I'm getting. It's just this energy was already damaged when you came into it. It's just like this is the finishing out of that damaged energy. The energy you're going towards next is not having the same damage and is showing you why. I just feel like they're saying there's nothing you could have done to make the situation go better. Because there's a lot of open spot here, like not understanding why things turned out the way they did. Again, they're saying when you got involved with the situation, it was damaged to begin with. It was damaged to begin with. It tried to do the best it could. Things fell in, and it just had to take an exit, and that was just the end of it. Whatever it was you're dealing with, they're basically saying there's nothing for you to own with it. You did the best you could. You made the best decisions you could. It's just one of those things in life where there wasn't enough out there for you to realize that this energy was damaged when you came to it. That's what they're saying. So the next situation is going to be better. I want to say that like there's something for you to learn from this or glean from this to like look in a little deeper, but I don't feel like that was allowed to you. I feel like whatever the energy is you came towards, it was very securely hidden. There's no way to get around it. Once in a while, life just does this, and that's what happened. I hope that helps. I really do. Because I think I'm trying to find a better answer to this energy because it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, you know, is there something you're supposed to glean from this? They're basically saying this energy is over. There's nothing for you to own from it. Just go forward to your next one. Protect yourself the best way you can and just step forward to the next situation. Life just has these moments where there's just certain things you can't protect yourself from everything. It's just once something falls apart, picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and making your next step forward the best way you can. Alright, I'm going to stop. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you would like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.